Let's not focus on that. Figuring out where I need to be with the camera. All right, hello, hello, day 2. It's day 2 of the Galactic Portal. Portals are a time of great transformation and transitioning. This particular one we have been diving into since, well, yesterday we started the shadow and the inner child. That's what I've been talking about. So if you haven't seen it yet, in the first video is, hi Mel, is my friend Felicia, who started this Galactic Portal day opening yesterday, set the foundation, and then I come in, and then on Instagram is Amethyst Rain. I think it's how you say it, 23, Amethyst Rain. So all that information is in the first video in the description. So you can find them. She is sound healing. So you want to watch Felicia, then me, and then the sound healing, or any other order if you want, but that's how it'll flow best. Today is day 2 of this portal. How did it go yesterday? If you've just seen the recording, we were talking about shadow work, the inner child, excuse me, and if we're not willing, well, first of all, you might as well not be here. Second of all, if you're here and you're doing this work, we know that that's the only way through. We talk about going through the fire, we talk about going through all that stuff, and the only way to get to the other side of it is to go through it. And sometimes it feels like we're just doing the same stuff over and over and over. I don't know about y'all, but I go, oh my God, I'm just living in insanity. And it's not. We're not doing that. What's happening is we're going up that spiral. We're collecting our tools, going up the spiral, and we're diving deeper in. So this activation and these portals and this energy is pushing this stuff to the surface. Not so that we relive it. It's not meant to be relived. It's meant to be coming to the surface, those deeper, deeper layers. Take a look, acknowledge it. I had a client this morning, we were talking about the thing that was showing up, and I said, well, just breathe through it. If we keep moving and we don't stop to honor it and breathe and acknowledge it, it's going to keep chasing us. And that's what it feels like. We're being chased by our own shadow because we don't want to look at it. That was funny. That made me laugh. Yes, we're being chased by our own shadows. Can you imagine? Hello, Alita. Hi. Some dream interference last night. I fell asleep and forgot to set up a sacred space. Okay, so if you watch yesterday's video with Felicia, she has a whole little setup. You create a salt bowl, put crystals in it, essential oils, certain other crystals you can put in it to help create that space. How do you say it? Omer, hi. Welcome. So if you watch yesterday's channel, or Felicia's video yesterday, she gives you a whole setup for that. So I just did mine today. I went to bed and I went, oh shoot, I didn't do it. No, I'll do it tomorrow. So I had already had some salt under my bed. Then you don't have to keep remembering to set up and calling in your spirit helpers and all that stuff for every night when you go to bed. Now, you can be very intentional. You ought to be very intentional about your dream state. Be commanding about what you're inviting into your space. Right? When we sleep, we're open to the ethers. We're open to all of that. So be very commanding and demanding about creating that sacred space that you sleep in and what can come through in your dream state. Only your benevolent divine beings. It doesn't mean other stuff won't come up, but often that's our unconscious coming through. And it's showing us. It's revealing to us. What are we still running from? What are we diving into? What's showing up for us? Talked about it yesterday. This energy is bringing it to the surface. We don't have to look for it. We don't have to go manufacture it. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing to be fixed. For a lot of my life, I was trying to fix myself, and I would go manufacture something. Now I just get to notice it. Notice what's showing up. Say hi. Hi. Oh, there you are again. What do you need? Ask your child. Well, ask the inner child. What do you need? I heard something earlier today. in a different training, and it's like someone's knocking at your door and you open the door and it's a version of one of your inner children for what's showing up for you right now. Ask the child, what's happening? What do you need from me? How can I be here with you? How can we walk this together? But we must be willing to look. Again, not to relive it, but so that we can clear this energy and continue rising in our vibration. Continue ascending on this path. The more we clear, the easier it is to step into the new. As long as we're trying to straddle or hold on to the old, those shadows that will keep chasing us, they will. I promise you they will. They'll show up in relationships. They'll show up in people's attitude toward us. They'll show up in my attitude toward you. When I think back, I just go, oh my gosh. Yes. Is it Peter Pan where he's playing with his shadow? The shadow's always there. How does the shadow go away? You turn the light on. You see different shadows. But those are shadows from the things in the room. The things that we're not willing to deal with or to look at, or that we deny that ever happened, or maybe we don't remember that it ever happened. If there's something that you don't remember, but you're having a specific reaction to something, gosh, this was long ago. My first marriage, my husband wanted a threesome. I'm like, not happening. But my whole self, this whole visceral reaction. And I finally said to him, if you ask me again, bring me divorce papers. Like, that's how serious I was. We were already divorced when I was told to go back into meditation to see what happened to me. Why it was such a visceral reaction. Well, when I was a little girl, a woman molested me. So I got to heal that. I didn't have to relive it. I just got to heal it. I know it's very personal, but that was a long time ago. And I've healed from it. So if you're having a reaction to something that you don't really know why that seems so out of proportion to what's happening right here. So if it's out of proportion and you don't remember what it is, you can meditate on it, or you can simply take a look at the behavior. How is it serving you? Acknowledge it, breathe through it, and allow it to move. We didn't come here to keep it all and hold on to it. If you want to remember, go into a meditation. Go search a psychic out that you trust. Someone that can help you unpack that. I had a client when I was doing massage, and I was sharing something of this. And she said her daughter, she was pregnant, and the cabin they were in burned down. Nobody was injured, but her daughter had this horrible fear of fire. And she didn't know why. She was pregnant with her when that happened. So we may not have the memory. We may not know why things happen. Sometimes it's from a past life. We don't always need to know the why. It's about clearing the energy of that. Clearing the energy of that timeline. So that you can be free and continue your ascension. When we do this, we are clearing the collective. When we do our own personal work, we clear the collective. If we just clear the collective and we don't do our own personal work, then we'll make ourselves very sick. We'll be very exhausted. Do your own stuff. Focus on you. Do your work, your transformation, and the rest will ripple out from you, because you then are the example. How many of us just walk around terrified of looking? If we don't look, my neighbor is dying of cancer because she won't look. Brush it on the carpet. I don't ever want to deal with that. Well, okay. I don't try to convince her of something else. I've shared some things with her, and she's like, let me think about that, and then brush it on the carpet. You may not get that sick. That's extreme. But we make ourselves sick. We're exhausted. We're wiped out. We're burnt out. What are your questions? How are you relating to this? I have this deck. Inner child deck. Somebody said it's backwards on there, so it's the inner child deck. So I'm going to pull a card and see what we have to say here. I like to journal. I do meditation. It's gotten easier with time. So if you're not really good at, or you feel like you're not very good at it, just do it anyway. Do the best you can at any given moment. Our best, I was telling someone this just recently, our best looks different every single day. Do not measure your best when you feel like crap by the top of your game best. Don't do that to yourself. Because then we're never going to be enough. We're never going to arrive at that place of when I'm at the top of my game and I'm down here in the shithole. Feeling like crap, having a pity party. It's incremental. Measure your best where you are. Did I do my best in this very moment? Not measuring and comparing to when I'm at the top of my game. The card, number 29. Run wild. Let your inner child run forth. Get the horse. I love the horses. When's the last time you played? When's the last time that you just had that deep, deep belly laugh? Or had some fun, did some dancing, doing whatever that is that is fun for you. Two came out, so the other one is breathe in. Practice breath work today. I would say practice breath work every day. Doesn't have to take very long. You can find any kind of breath work you want on YouTube, and every type has a different purpose. There's all kinds of different ways of doing the specific type style of breathing. One of the ones I've been doing for a while now is breathing in, inhaling through your nose, count to 8, exhale through your mouth, count to 8. Count it, especially when your head's just running amok. It changes your focus. So the run wild, when's the last time you just fully, authentically just played and had some fun with yourself and did something that just lit you up from the inside out? Tends to be too serious. Oh my gosh, I was never like that. Oh my god. Total lie. I was raised. It was life was serious business, don't you know? Yes, it was. And it took a while to just have that feeling of being authentic when I was laughing and being authentic when I was having some fun. That wasn't loaded. Because I sure knew how to do that. It was why I drank and used. It was so I could have some fun and lighten up. It's one of the reasons. So when I got sober, learning how to dance and learning how to have fun without any kind of assistance was a challenge that I did learn. And I can still, even after all this time, I can still default to be too serious sometimes. So have some fun. Let your child out. What do you like to do? What's the thing that you do, or 2 or 3 things maybe that you do where you just lose yourself? You lose the time. You look up and you're like, where did all that time go? Because you were painting or drawing or walking or writing, dancing. What are those things that's just innately natural for you to do? Like, I love taking photos. It lights me up. I'm fully immersed in those moments. Brings my heart much joy. And I love to dance. It's not as much fun when I'm by myself, but I can do it. So those are things where I'm fully, fully present in the full joy of the moment. So some of the things yesterday, yes, highly critical, too serious. Yep, I know we are definitely reflection. So make it a point. Set a date. Make a date with yourself. So go do something fun. Seems like another to-do, there's the checklist. Let me just check it off the list. I had some fun today. Make a date with yourself. Maybe you play it up. There was one of the relationship courses I took, and it was about having a date for either a date night or a date for sex every Sunday, let's say, and then you play it up during the week. So play it up with yourself. Anticipate it. Bring some of that joy of that anticipation of the events you're going to go to, or go to I love to go to like Renaissance fairs, stuff like that. And it's something to look forward to. Not that I want to be future tripping on it, but it's something that I look forward to, and so I build up momentum. Go have fun. Yeah, highly critical. Even when oh my gosh, even when I was having fun, I would be critical on myself. Silly, right? It's just it's amazing what we do to ourselves from our history. So lighten up. We didn't come to this planet to play and be serious all the time. Good God, if this is all there is, why am I here? If it's about striving every month or striving every day, or surviving, why? Why would I want to be here and do this every freaking day just to survive? I want to be able to thrive in my life. I want to have some fun in my life. Otherwise, why? Why be here and do this? Because, goddamn, it's exhausting. I've lived it. I lived that most of my life. So it's not a judgment to anyone. I'm speaking for me, because it was so tiring. It just no matter what, it was never enough, never the right thing, and it was constant wearing the shroud of someone else's shit. It wasn't even mine. I'm not sure which one was first, but I'm going to go with this one. This is out of the Sacred Geometry. Stopped having fun alone. Subconsciously believed I needed someone to be with me. Yeah, there's a payoff. There's some kind of payoff, and there's something that we get out of being critical. Several things. We're wired, our nervous system is wired for that. Then we have that belief that I can't have fun unless I'm with somebody, or I can't have fun unless I'm drinking or doing drugs. That's one of mine. And I couldn't have fun alone. One of the things I did mostly alone was reading. I love to read. I danced. Exercise, yes. I danced as a child, maybe till 5. I now dance around the house. Become a practice. Ballet, stretching. I love it. It is my exercise too. It's helped me so much. I love that. Love that. It's awesome. Okay, making sure I got all those. So this is the Sacred Geometry, and this is the number 36, which is a 9, which is foundation, create stability. So we're recreating our stability. When we're wired for criticism, suppression, not worthy, not enough, when we're wired for all that, that's where we default. We'll default to that because it's comfortable. Learning how to have fun, be positive, share things vulnerably. One of the things I talked about yesterday was when I only knew how to be critical. And so to give someone a compliment or acknowledge them made me feel vulnerable. Incredibly vulnerable. It's like I'm just opening my heart, and it's I'm like, it should not be this hard. But it was. I felt like I was just giving pieces of my soul, opening myself up to tell you how I really felt. Because it was so uncomfortable. Right? A little hug. I love that. So it's a practice. It's a practice. Give yourself what you give to others. The kindness and the love and the compliments you give to another and the compassion, give it to yourself. If you were your own friend, no, scratch that. If your friend spoke to you the way that you speak to you, would you still be friends? So here's the foundation. Create stability. So here's the thing about that shadow work and the inner child. We don't do any of the looking and the unpacking. We never have a solid foundation except in the place of unrest and uncomfortable. Chaos, drama, all those things that we get something out of. We don't create that solid foundation by clearing that stuff and that energy and that trauma. We'll never feel like we have stability. Because we're always comparing and always striving and comparing ourselves to other people. I've lived it a lot of my life. I know it well. I don't want that to be my companion anymore. All right, the second one, protection, safeguard yourself. It's a raven, I'm pretty sure. It's a number 44. So here's our duplicate numbers. Another step into my physical body healing. Baby steps work. Yes. Find the ones that bring consistent behavior. Yes. Find the ones that bring you safety. So your ravens and your crows are very family, and they're very protective of their family. They're also opportunists. They will take eggs out of another nest. But the point is they're protective of each other. So be protective of yourself and your space and your energy. Be protective of your boundaries. When our safety is based on chaos, drama, trauma, and we're rewiring the nervous system, I was sitting for Saturday night and Sunday, I was noticing my brain was just quiet. It was just quiet. It's a rare thing. There were still thoughts, but it wasn't running amok the way I'm used to. And I was like, what? This is really interesting. Just quiet. And I found myself wanting to do something. Or to create something. Or to, not in a good way. I don't mean that. I mean like create some drama or let me go find something to fix inside of me. And it was very subtle. These are very old patterns. But what I recognized on the other side, I'm not used to quiet. It was never safe. So creating that safety. Now, isolation, that was safe because then I was not around anyone. But just being quiet with myself, just allowing my own feelings to show up or my own feeling the energy, whatever it was not safe. So being able to sit in that and notice it without trying to change it. It's creating a different safety. And that's what's given us the stability. So I gave quite a few journaling prompts yesterday. Like, who are you without the criticism? Who are you? Some of them, let's see, what was it? Who are you when you're successful? It was somebody else. Brad was here yesterday, so I was asking them toward him. So check it out. You can actually just look at the transcript if you want to go look and see where the questions are. I sometimes don't want to listen to the whole thing. I'll go look at the transcript and find the transcript. So if you have not listened to Felicia, she's done hers yesterday and today. So listen to her yesterday, and then mine yesterday, and then Donna's. Donna's on Instagram. Amethyst Rain 23. And all that is in the first description from yesterday of the video. You'll find those names. So you can go find those people and check it out if you're interested. It's the 10-day portal of, it's just transforming and creating new spaces for ourselves. Truly shedding the old. And as we shed that old, it's all brand new. Because we're truly separating the old third dimension, moving into fifth dimension. In this mid state, we tend to straddle because, oh, wait, I don't want to lose that. It's very comfortable over there. This is all brand new, unknown. I don't know what to do over here. Right? So this is helping us transition. Living in the new. All right, lovelies. Any questions on that? I'll post tomorrow the time, and it won't be the same time every day. I would love to tell you that it would be, but I have other things going on. So I'll post the time on Facebook. Well, I'll do it on Facebook, but on YouTube first, and then I'll share it so that you can be here. All right. So have a fabulous, good reminders. Yes, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you both. And anyone else or someone else here that hasn't said anything. So I appreciate you being here. Have a beautiful afternoon, and I will see you here tomorrow. Namaste.